What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about 1inch. 1inch is outstanding. 1inch have continued to grow. 1inch is a DEX aggregator, and it's the best that there is. So we'll take a look at what this can do in terms of price. Also, Jim Cramer, the clown that does all the stocks and shares stuff on whatever it is, Fox News or whatever, has warned people against using Binance. So we're going to talk about that in this video too. But before I get into any of that, guys, if you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos on this channel. In those videos, I was saying I'm buying these coins that are outstanding. Had you put in $100 into each of these coins when I release the videos, you can see the prices of recording, current prices. If you say you were still holding them, which why the hell would you still be selling them after a bull cycle? But if you were still selling them, still holding them, and you decided to sell them today, you'd be able to bank around 13k in profit, which is not bad. So 5x on your investment in profit. But these coins should have been sold in 2021. That's what I did. That's what my friends did. That's what my followers did. And if you'd have done that, $100 into each would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Big difference. Now, as I said, I sold all these. They're not what I own. But if you do want to see the coins that I've been buying up in this bear cycle, you can do. Just head over to copymycrypto.com and go read that site. Every single thing on that site is public record. So it's all verifiable information. You can literally go through this channel's history and confirm every single thing you read. Now, if you're looking to make gains in crypto, if you're looking to invest in the crypto space, but you don't have the interest in reading all the white papers and looking at all the charts, if you don't have the time or the energy, then Copy My Crypto could be for you, because that's where I've done all my research, and that's why I've got into the coins I have. Same research that I did to get into these coins. So if you're looking to make the 40x's, the 50, the 60, then this could be for you, because it takes all the work out of it. I just share the coins that I've been buying. Anytime I buy or sell a coin, the members are alerted. It's as simple as it can be, and the members just copy along if they want to. And if that sounds good to you, copying along, making the same gains without having to do the 10, 15, 20,000 hours worth of reading, then go read the site. That's all I would recommend. Go read the site, and remember that you can confirm every single thing you read on this channel's history. There's no obligation to buy. If it doesn't interest you, obviously don't buy, but keep watching the channel. But if it does interest you, maybe I'll see you there, guys. So, 1inch, currently priced at 54 cents. Market cap is 453 million. So, 1inch is a DEX aggregator. So, they unite decentralized protocols to ensure lucrative, fast, and protected operations in the DeFi space. They are a DEX aggregator, so that means they search deals across all liquidity sources and offer users the better rates than any individual exchange. So literally, if you want to do a swap on 1inch, they will trawl through all the DEXs out there, and they will find you the best price for the swap. So it is literally saving you all the hassle in the world in terms of search. In just over 2 years, the 1inch DEX has reached over 1 million users and surpassed over $150 billion in overall volume, just on the Ethereum network alone. And obviously now they're like 10 chains deep. The Ethereum, Binance chain, Polygon, Avalanche, Optimistic, Ethereum, Arbitrum, Phantom, Genesis chain, Clayton, and Aurora. So they've grown this massively. They've received a lot of funding from Binance Labs, Galaxy Digital, Greenfield One, Libertas Capital, Dragonfly Capital, FTX, never good, IOSG, Launch Hub Ventures, and Divergence Ventures. They then had another fundraising, which was Pantera Capital, Parafy Capital, Blockchain Capital, Nima Capital, Spartan Group. They then had another series of fundraising led by Amber Group. And it had Jane Street, Van Eck, Fenbushi Capital, Alameda Research, Celsius, Nexo, Tribe Capital, and Gemini Frontier Fund, all investing. Reason for this? Well, look how popular Uniswap is. Well, guess what? 1inch can find the prices on Uniswap just by using their DApp. Their DApp is outstanding. and you can profit from it as well, because when we actually take a look at what 1inch is, you can see that they have got earn mechanisms where you can delegate your 1inch, as well as a few other different cryptos. But 1inch, so you can see 1inch APR is like 25% for some of these places. Pretty damn good. Which you can earn on an annual basis. It's a 25%, who's going to, or 20 to 25% range. That's pretty damn good. You're not going to complain about building up extra crypto doing that. There's also staking benefits, so you can receive delegation rewards. So you can delegate your power to resolvers and receive a portion of their fees. So there's a nice little feature within the staking. You can also see that they've introduced farming, so you can deposit. Now these are liquidity pools, always worth noting. Look, you run the risk of impermanent loss with a liquidity pool. As the prices change of the tokens that you've supplied liquidity to, if those prices change, so do the holdings that you've supplied to the farms. So worth noting, because you don't want to suffer impermanent loss. You just don't. You can also add into the pools like Lido and staked ETH 50/50. That gives you 5% APY. And you can just run through and see what you'll earn. Some of these are massive, but obviously they're very, very, like these ones with huge percentage yields have tiny, tiny liquidity. So worth noting is probably high risk and not one worth doing. But those ones with massive pools that offer a good yield are worth considering. Now 1inch, look, in terms of trade, they've got simple order, they've got limit order as well, which I really like. Having a limit order feature within a DEX is always nice. It brings you back to the sort of centralized exchange way of doing things, which is quite nice. I personally like to see that within a DEX. They've also got peer-to-peer deals, so you can exchange tokens privately. 1inch, and they've got a ton of bridges. So if you ever decide, I'm done with Ethereum, I want to use something else, it's as easy as it can be, because all these bridges exist within 1inch. So you can literally go to the relevant link and bridge your funds across. I actually think 1inch is probably the best out there right now. Very, very strong project. Gives you the best options, the best possible options whenever you want to do a trade. What can be bad about that? Now, only about a little over half of the supply is actually out, so there is still more tokens to be distributed. But it's worth noting that that's going to be done over quite an extended time frame. So the release schedule, as you can see, the 1.5 billion will be out by December of 2024. So December of 2024 is when all the tokens will be out. So it is worth noting right now, we're in June of this year, so we've only got a couple of months for that, but there'll be a lot more tokens released, and they will be released for more for community incentives. But core contributors will get a little more of their tokens, and the backers will get a little more of their tokens. So worth noting, these backers are the early backers that can dump if they want to. So in a couple of months, we could see a little bit of a dump on 1inch, just because the early investors will have received all their tokens. But for 1inch, for me, I'm looking at this going, this should be a $5 coin. Realistically, it offers the best possible options within all DEXs. It literally trawls all the information. It makes it as simple as it can be. When you bear in mind, Uniswap last year ended up with a market cap at some point in 2021 of around 40 billion, or thereabouts. 1inch could easily do something similar. Now, even at $5, this would put it at a market cap of 4 billion, which in the scheme of things is quite damn small when it's offering the best possible price points when trawling all dexes out there. So I think $5 is a very, very achievable target. Realistically, it could be way more than that. But conservatively, I would go with $5 right now. But let me know what you guys think. And let me know if you use 1inch. And if you use 1inch, do you like 1inch? Or is there a particular dex you prefer? Let me know in the comments. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. These videos are going to make you money. So if you hit the subscribe button, you won't miss them. And then you won't miss the chance to make money. Very simple. And before I get into Jim Cramer, guys, if you want to see the coins that I own right now, the ones I continue to buy up in this cycle, the ones that I've bought up in the bear cycle, the ones that I think are going to be the big winners, like I said with Theta and VeChain and Zilliqa and Phantom, then head over to copymycrypto.com and read the site. Every single thing on that site is all public record. Every single thing is verifiable. You can literally go through the site, take 10 minutes to read, and then at the end of that you can confirm every single thing you've read by going through the videos on this YouTube channel. If at the end of reading through it sounds good to you, you're excited, then maybe I'll see you there, you can join. If you read it and you go, nah, it's not for me, no worries guys, there's no obligation to buy. Move on, come back to this channel, keep watching and supporting this channel. But if you have never read the site, that's the very least that you should do. Go read the site now. And last thing, guys. Jim Cramer. So Jim Cramer, who you'll know him as the sort of crazy guy that does mad money. He's warned investors about using crypto exchange Binance, stating that the crypto trading platform is way too sketchy. Cramer cited former regulator Timothy Massad, who previously served as a chairman of the US Commodities, the CFTC. So Cramer's obviously a former hedge fund manager who co-founded TheStreet.com, which is a financial news and literacy website. He tweeted, after listening to Tim Massad on last night's show, I would not do business with Binance, just way too sketchy. Now, one thing I will say, look, I think Binance as an exchange is the best by a country mile, but you shouldn't leave your funds on an exchange. I've said that so many times. I think everyone in the crypto space at this point tries to reiterate that as regularly as possible. Do not forget what happened to Celsius, to Voyager, to BlockFi, to FTX. If you had crypto on there, you got wrecked because you cannot get hold of it anymore. And leaving funds on an exchange is just foolish. It's not worth doing. You can maybe leave a couple of percent, but the rest of your funds, like there shouldn't be more than a couple of percent of your portfolio on an exchange at any time. That should be in a MetaMask, that should be in a ledger, that should be safe, because on an exchange, it's simply not safe. Now, I do think Cramer's wrong here. I think Binance will be absolutely fine. Binance is literally the biggest exchange in the world. There's, while they have definitely done some stuff like get everyone to use VPNs so that they can circumvent sort of US laws, they'll get a slap on the wrist for that. I don't think they'll get anything serious. And I think fundamentally Binance is probably here to stay. But I will reiterate, nothing in this world is too big to fail. Everyone thought the Lehman Brothers would be too big to fail, and that collapse was epic. So if you do have tons of funds on exchanges, you're going to regret that if one of these exchanges goes down. And again, nothing in this world is too big to fail. So if you are investing in crypto, keep your funds safe, keep them somewhere where you have control over them. And on an exchange, you simply don't. But Cramer, while I disagree with him about Binance, the wider point is just be safe. And also Cramer's a mentalist. So, Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take it easy. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.